Please excuse the nerves. Revelations 12:11. And they overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. It begins with wanting my mother, the mother I knew before men, before drugs. She was now an addict, addicted to the smoke that blew through her, and it caused the smoke screen. She could no longer see me, a forgotten child, a child left to defend a forgotten territory with no army, and it leads to wanting to die, wanting the pain to cease. Life has had its fair share of torturing me to my soul. The core of my fleshly being was ready to give up. Escaping my reality through daydreams was no longer enough, and the illusion that I used to live in was beginning to shatter. Being so young, I didn't know about stealing innocence. I knew about bringing hate for me, for her, and for life. Where is God? My grandmother used to speak about him, but I don't think he knew me. Growing up with an addict mother bred physical abuse, sexual misuse, and an emotional state that pulled at every fiber of what had woven me together. And I hated mirrors. They only played the hurt reflections. And I was ashamed of my lips because I couldn't speak. They felt trampled like roses, and in my own silent screams, I was weeping. I was broken, and I was raged. Stop stepping on me. Can't you see me? I'm here. Back and forth in foster homes only increased the fear of wanting to die. At age 10, that would be one of the many times that I would try. But that's the short version of how life began for me, how I ended up here. So it now begins with what? I suffer from schizoaffective disorder. During 2011, I would be hospitalized for a month, most of that time being spent on finding the right combinations of medicine. Seems like my life has been about searching for what works for me. After my release, I would spend the next year homeless, living with others, and the lack of wanting to live caused me to be involved with unhealthy people, unhealthy activities. And that would bring me to the portion of my life which I would call a woman's choice, my choice, a choice I would give my unborn child. Finding out I was pregnant was hard. I let God down. I let myself down. I let my unborn child down. I was homeless. I had no viable income. I was scared, and I was friendless. I found out I was pregnant at the emergency room. 2 days later, they would send me to get a HCG test to see if the hormones level increased, and they did. The doctor would then ask me a question: do you want to be pregnant? Do I want to be pregnant? A whirlwind of a question: do I want to be pregnant? She goes on to say, we have a pill. You can take it, and it'll ploop right on out. I thought about it. I thought about no one ever knowing what I did. It was my secret. Ending a life that was never mine to end. I thought about it. That night, God showed me that was not the right choice. He showed me a vibrant little girl whose smile would draw people. And so the next morning, I found myself going to a woman's choice. I don't know why. I just knew that I was supposed to go. They would repeat the pregnancy test, and yep, I was still pregnant. Miss Merlin would be my way of escape. We talked, we prayed, but she wouldn't let me go. I remember her saying to me, you look so distraught. So we talked, and we prayed more. I cried, and with me, she cried in unity. She then tells me about Nicole's place. She says it's a place I can go to get the support that I needed. She also gave me a baby blanket. Attached to the blanket was a scripture, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, saith the Lord, but not just plans for my unborn daughter, plans for me. Attending an orientation at Nicole's place would be one of my better life decisions. There I would meet Miss Monica. She would speak about action. She would talk about the girls who would say they would come, but they would never come back. I decided then I would not be one of those girls. I would make a choice to do something different. I would make a choice to make a difference for my daughter's life, for my life. So I would come to the Bible studies. I would meet all the staff, getting close, but not getting close. I was still scared. I was still hurt, and I was still broken. And this brings me to the portion of my life. All you need is a blanket. I remember being so tired at times, I would just go in one of the rooms that were empty to sleep on the floor. I was still homeless, and you had to be out the shelter early in the morning at a certain time. And Miss Susie, she would never wake me. She would never ask me what I wanted, but she always brought me a blanket. And in that, God showed me how he covers us, how he keeps us knowing exactly what we need. Nicole's place has become my family. It has become the place I would go to feel safe. It has become everything I have grown to love. When I am down, I know I can call and someone will pray with me. Miss Susie would often write scriptures on different things like a bag of wipes, and I would always find them in that time of need, and they would be exactly what I needed to keep going. So what does Nicole's place look like? It looks like you. It looks like me. It looks like all the women who will come through those doors shattered, but they won't stay that way. It's our place of love. It's our place of safety. It's a place God has provided for us to survive in a world that does not want our survival. Here God shows us he's here and that he loves us. That little girl who always wondered, where's God? Where was he at for me? Why didn't he love me? How could he not know me? He showed me. And he put me on a path that would bring me to him, a place where I could see him. And during that path, I realized he was always there leading me, always there protecting me, always there guiding me, even when it hurt. And it would be with Dr. Kaufman, I would do counseling. I learned to grow in God, grow as a mother, grow as a Christian, grow as a friend to the other young women. What is Nicole's place? It's love, it's safety, and it's totally a God thing.